A Verb versus everybody. A Verb versus everybody, y'all. A Verb has somehow, okay, somehow he has achieved some recordings from a conversation that P had with an individual, okay? Now, there's multiple clips being released from this conversation. Verb, I'm assuming Verb has the full conversation, but he's probably chopped it up into a couple clips and he's just releasing them little by little, little by little, little by little. And he's like bringing traction to his YouTube page from a marketing standpoint. It's smart as a motherfucker. It's very smart. It's very, very smart. And it's keeping people intrigued. They're going to his Twitter. They're following on Twitter. His Twitter numbers going up. His YouTube numbers going up. Like, so from the marketing standpoint, it's genius. It's a genius thing. I'm just keeping real. It's crazy. Like last week or so, he did a live basically saying, I'm done. Like I'm done. I'm about to start focusing on other things. I got one more battle and I'm about to just channel my energy. I don't want no smoke. Like I'm done. Something happened in between there. The nigga did a whole turnaround and he's back on URL's ass. The nigga said he wants to fight Beasley. You know what I'm saying? He told Beasley strap on the gloves. Everybody says that Beasley's like an MMA or fighter or some shit like that. Like I've heard this shit numerous of times. But the nigga wants to fight Beasley. I don't see Beasley strapping up the glove. Well, I ain't gonna say that. Beasley probably would fight that nigga. He probably would. He probably would fight that nigga. I go OG up. But dog, this shit is wild, bro. Like somebody recorded Beasley. I mean, not Beasley's P. Somebody recorded P's conversation. P is just he's spilling out a lot of the shit that we wanted to hear from URL. You know, somebody to vocally speak when a lot of these things were taking place, from the whole Easy leaving URL, the Remy Ma, you know what I'm saying, backdooring them and booking Easy and taking some of the battlers and booking them. Like he kind of touched on a lot of shit in these clips, man. He also talked about how, you know what I'm saying, Beasley was messing with a chick and I guess the girl ended up going to RBE, and I guess he insinuated like ARP or RBE took, you know, Beasley's bitch or some shit. Like, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Verb got so many clips, bro. It's so many, bro. You talking about the swamp, the whole swamp situation, right? Let me just give my perspective on this swamp. Yo, you're a little oblivious, bro. I understand you don't like Verb. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's been antagonizing the shit out of you, but yo, you gotta really like just stop and just really pay attention to some of the shit that he's posting and the cryptic messages that he's putting out there for a reason, bro. He's putting them out there for a reason. And he's actually putting up proof. Like he showed screenshots of, and it's nothing too, I'm not really cool with all the screenshot shit. That's a little crazy, you know what I'm saying, my personal opinion. But he's putting out the screenshots of the conversation that he had with Beasley, basically saying like, yo, Beasley reached out to him to book the battle, or maybe it's the other way around. But Beasley pretty much insinuated that, yo, I want to do the battle. I want to lock it in. Beasley said that, yo, I'm going to sell you for my own personal account just to lock it in. Because mind you, at this time, he's negotiating with ARP. So he's trying to lock in two battles, but he doesn't want to do it, you know, so close together. He wants to space it out. But, you know, I guess because of scheduling and shit like that, he wants to give URL the benefit of the doubt because he's talking to them first. And Beasley's giving him the runaround. He's showing the gaps in the text message from like, it'll be like one day, then 2-3 weeks later, Verb's following up. So he's like, at some point, he's like, man, fuck it, nigga ain't trying to book the battle. Cool, I'm going about my business. You know what I'm saying? And then Swamp is being told that Verb is pricing itself out and da-da-da. Like, the whole bottom line of the shit is, Verb is like, bro, I'm trying to get this shit booked to get you to look. I'm just telling them, like, yo, I need you to send me some type of deposits, anything, just to assure me. Now, Swamp's rebuttal is, but the battle never would have, like, the battle wouldn't have took place until later in the summer. They basically are not going to lock in a battle in the beginning of the year for an event towards the end of the summer. Now, yes and no, because if it's a battle of the magnitude of y'all two, where it's being talked about, the fans want to see it, why wouldn't you lock that in? Even if you just gave a deposit for like, yo, this is just a deposit for XYZ, we'll figure everything else out once we get towards the date of when we want to have the actual battle. I'm pretty sure they've done this plenty of times with different battlers, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. Swamp is just like, yo, I don't trust Verb. Like he's just like, nah, I don't fuck with him. I just don't fuck with him. And I understand. You know what I'm saying? I understand where he's coming from. But yo, you gotta look at this shit, bro. Like, why don't they want to lock this battle in? Why don't they want to give you Calico? Why don't they want to give you Goods? These guys can't be that big of a deal as far as budget wise. Hell, if that's the case, only have 4 or 5 battles. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could have scrapped off the Shotgun Shook Ace Amin battle. You could have scrapped that off. We don't need that. You could have gave us Mook, Twerk. Who else was on the card? Mook, Twerk. Shit, you could have gave us Swamp, Calico, Swamp, Goods. Who else? Let me pull this up, man. Cause I'm just like, bro, I don't understand. Like, why the hell some of these matchups on this card, man. I mean, we could have did without. I'm just being real. We could have really did without these joints, bro. You know what I'm saying? You could have swapped off Miss Hustle and Arsenal. That could have got scrapped. Murder Mook, Twerk, Geechee, Serious Jones. Honestly, me personally, I would have scratched off Serious Jones and Chess. I would have did Mook versus Twerk, Geechee versus Rex, Swamp versus Goods. That would have been good right there. You know what I'm saying? You could have put one more in there. Maybe like somebody from the sophomore class or something like that, gave them a shot. That 4 battles would have been perfect. 4 or 5 battles would have been perfect. You didn't need all this. You didn't need it. But I understand there's certain logistics. People under contract, they're supposed to get X, Y, Z amount of battles. So me understanding that understanding part of the business, I get it. I understand. But I don't know. There's so many different ways you could look at this. Either the battlers are overpricing themselves, as you say, or they know their value and they're sticking by it, and URL doesn't believe that you're worth nowhere near the amount of money that they're asking for, or they don't believe the return and the investment, putting the money into the battle, they don't feel they're going to get it back on the return side. You know what I mean? So basically they feel like you're just not a hot commodity enough for them to bank on, to put a lot of money or book a matchup of that magnitude and it'll sell. Because if you mean to tell me like the rest of these names sold this card, or just Mook and Twerk just sold the whole card itself, hell, you could have just had them niggas on the card itself. You know what I'm saying? If it sold out like that, you feel me? But I don't know, man. It's crazy, bro. Like Verb saying he's gonna drop shit all the way up leading to homecoming. Like, this shit gonna get bad, bro. Like, I'm from what I understand too, like there's a plethora of more clips to come, you know. And another thing too, bro, I don't know who the fuck this person is talking to P that leaked this information to Verb. I will say this, I'm not saying no names, but there was another instance in Twitter, you know what I'm saying? Verb and 3 Letterman, they were like kind of going back and forth with each other with this shit. 3 Letterman was having a conversation with Beasley, basically asking him like, yo, did you do something to Verb, or why I did Verb, something like that. And Beasley were LOL, or he responded something like of that nature. I'm paraphrasing. But 3 Letterman screenshotted it and sent it to Verb. And Verb, you know what I'm saying, manipulating him and shit. And 3 Letterman told him don't post it. And he posted a screenshot. And that shit looked wild crazy, bro. Like, why are you sending a screenshot to this nigga knowing that they got smoke? He could use this as ammo. He basically just backdoored, you know what I'm saying, 3 Letterman, threw him out there and said, fuck you, nigga, and put the shit up and made him look crazy. Now, I'm not saying that this is another instance, but I don't know, man. If you do a process of elimination, whoever the person is that was talking to P, there's a clip where they start talking about Easy to block Captain situation. And he's talking in like third person, but the clip, they pretty much mute out the other person that P is talking to. But the way he made it seem like he was talking to the person on the phone like, yo, what have you done for Easy? What has Remy done for Easy prior to him battling Hitman? What have I done? You know what I mean? Like, he's talking to this person. And the person is basically saying like, yo, I could talk to him. I have a good relationship. I think I could fix things up. Like, this clearly has to be a blogger. It can't be another battler. I'm pretty sure it's not a league owner. This has to be a blogger, somebody that's neutral to URL and neutral to Easy to block Captain at the time. So I don't know, man. You do process elimination. Only a selected few of bloggers out there, bro, that have that type of rapport with both sides like that around that time. Excuse me. So I don't know, man. Brace yourself because you're gonna get exposed. You're gonna get exposed. And I see a lot of people like, yo, where's this energy when Murder Mook leaked the voice recordings of Drake to Piper Boy Williams? That was some nasty work. It wasn't the level of outrage it is now, but that was nasty work. P also sent text messages to Charlie Klutz with the Rosenberg Raw battle. That was also nasty work. So people were kind of picking and choosing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not cool with the whole recording niggas and, you know what I'm saying, exposing it and putting, I'm not cool with that at all. I think that's some slimy shit. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. Like, if more audio comes out and it's very damaging like this, that building in Homecoming is gonna be so awkward, bro. Oh my God. Whoo, just gotta stay tuned, man. We got to stay tuned, man. But